As many of us walk through the paths of Wintergarden Park, we can sometimes forget for thousands of years the Great Black Swamp covered most of northwest Ohio. And thanks to conservation, if you begin to take a closer look, you may find out a lot more residents are moving back to town and are looking to make life a bit more wild in Bowling Green. The city of Bowling Green acquired the initial Wintergarden Woods in 1946 as a site to install water wells, but over the decades the park has expanded into a nature preserve with a variety of wildlife, diverse huge forest, and a mix of prairies and savannas that make up the vast grounds of the park. As you enter Wintergarden Woods, you may come across some young deer who seem right at home grooming themselves and taking in the sights and sounds and taste of their surroundings. The heavy cover of tree lines and foliage give these deer just the right amount of privacy to coexist with nature and also provide an insight into the community of how they live and what they eat. The dividing line of the nature preserve is the Bordner Meadow, which provides not just cover for wildlife, but a bouquet of flowering plants that provide much-needed resources for local bees and other pollinators. With all the unique fungi that exist in the park, who provide nutrients for many of the six-legged residents, you may ask yourself how these fungi seem to spread across the entire preserve. It all comes down to a process called spore rain, which is when fungi release billions of tiny spores into the cooling autumn air, which creates a smoke-like effect, in which spores either triumph somewhere, are breathed in by other animals, or just fall into a nearby pond, such as the pond located within Tucker Woods. Here you can begin to see a subtle band of frogs that camouflage themselves into their surroundings, such as a fallen branch, or just some old-fashioned relaxing in the black, swampy waters. Through the generosity of donations by local residents and various conservation grants, the city of Bowling Green has created a living and breathing museum of what nature was once like in northwest Ohio. I'm Dustin Galish reporting for BG Independent News. BG Independent News is made possible with support from people like you. Help keep news in Bowling Green free and accessible to everyone by becoming a contributor today. Visit bgindependentmedia.org/support to help Bowling Green's best source for local news, arts coverage, reviews, opinions, campus information, and community updates.